The January 9 Collective Group, JNIC, held their 13th annual anniversary lecture on the 9th of January 2025 at Ikeja, Lagos State. The event, which was themed Business and Policy Strategy, examining the role of reform in enhancing the ease of doing business in Nigeria, started with the recognition of dignitaries present. It was shortly followed by the welcome speech of the JNIC captain, Mr. Kingsley James, who spoke about how he and his group thought about coming together and lending their voices to re-engage the Nigerian system, especially as it concerns businesses in Nigeria.
We're all young CEOs, 30 of us at the time, decided to meet and probably still hold our destiny in our hands. And we thought that collaboration is the first step that we have to take. We have to come together and lend our voices to engaging the Nigerian system, especially as it concerns businesses. In the past 13th anniversary, we've had the privilege of very lovely Nigerians grace the occasion, either as chairman or as speaker, including, of course, the current chief of staff to the president. We've had former Governor Ambode here. We've had former Governor of Ekiti State come speak with us. In fact, we've had a retreat in Ekiti where we engaged the community. We've had services of our own, and even though we're a bit of a closed group, we've indeed decided 13 years ago to continue to impact our community. What is our goal? Our goal is to consistently look at the Nigerian polity and foster or profile solution through engagement, and in fact, interrogate the system.
The chairman of the occasion, Asiwaju Dr. Kayode Onofowokon OON, further spoke about the theme chosen by the organizers as the best at this critical stage of Nigeria's economy in channeling their investment opportunities into areas of industrialization.
I'm delighted to be here today to share fellowship with the captain and members of JNIC at its 30th edition of anniversary lecture of January 9 Collectives with the theme Business and Policy Strategy, examining the role of reforms in enhancing the ease of doing business in Nigeria. I must admit that the choosing theme at this very critical time is a testament to creating value addition to professionalism, excellence in entrepreneurship, honor and integrity, which are the virtues expected for various callings in prompting rapid economic development of our dear country, Nigeria. It will not be out of place to recount the number of notable attributes in the quoted virtues such as persistence and uncommon ability to transform vision into reality, exceptional passion for achieving uncommon results, and being mindful of the fact that you cannot be doing the same thing the same way over and over again and expect different results.
Meanwhile, discussing the theme of the event, Business and Policy Strategy, examining the roles of reform in enhancing the ease of doing business in Nigeria, the keynote speaker, the presidential candidate, SDP 2023 election, His Excellency Prince Adewale Adebayo, questioned the past reforms made by past leaders, while noting that economic reforms within the context of economics must have footprints.
Okay, what we are doing here is discussing reform. And in discussing reform, we need to understand that it's not every change that is a reform. And we should not be deceived when government come with any program or any activity and they call it reform. A reform must be a fundamental change in the way any activity or program or policy or anything is being done. And when we are talking of economic reform, what we must have as a consensus is that it must affect the policies that affect the economic growth of a country. It must bring efficiencies, and it must lead to stability. And when you do all of that, you will know when something is just a government program, because many programs have been passed off as reforms. That is why when the moderator started, or the compare started, he talked about how television used to be watched in those days. And we sang many songs, which we don't sing anymore. But what will surprise us is that many of the economic policies that were in existence during the time of black and white TV are still in existence now. So that calls to question, what were those reforms of the past about? And that's why we should not be duped anymore when people are talking about reform. They can reform their language without reforming their policies. And we need to watch out for that, because economic reforms within the context of economics must have footprints. And when you bring econometricians to come and do the econometric analysis, you will see observable changes in the numerals. Therefore, if you must make reform for ease of doing business, in addition to separating the regulator from the regulated, you must make economic crimes quite punishable. And I can tell you, economic crime doesn't mean one Yahoo boy being arrested and put on the floor for TV to see. Economic crime means that when government policies are made, those who have the political capital to invest in people's politics and capture sectors and industry for themselves are severely punished, together with those whom they are colluding with. That way, everybody will go back to their drawing board and use fundamental business principles to plan their business.
The Alara of Ara Kingdom, Oba Dr. Odunayo Adeshola Oyelade Abidogun First, also noted that there is an essential need to unite in order to provide solutions to the economic problems facing the nation, especially in the area of taxes, as new tax policies are being implemented.
J9C were bothered, like the captain actually said, bothered about the situation of our country. So is everybody, but we should just not continue to wallow in distress. We need to come together to provide solutions to our problems. I know that the topic, the theme for today is best suited for today. More so when the new tax policies are being introduced. I know from the discussion that we're going to listen to how it will affect business environment will definitely come up.
However, the event continued with the panelists giving their view about the theme and also giving answers to questions being asked. Some of the dignitaries present noted the first reform to be considered should be self-reform, and also ongoing reforms should enhance the ease of doing business like forex, subsidy management, particularly electricity tariffs that need to be revisited.
Well, I think there are quite a number of reforms that are ongoing that should normally enhance the ease of doing business. We've had the forex issues. We've also had reforms in the area of subsidy management, as well as electricity tariff. Those areas are necessary for reform, but there are some of them, particularly in the area of electricity tariff regime that needs to be revisited. So if you are talking in terms of what needs to be done, I believe that there should be a review of the tax regime system.
As was said here, sometimes literally at the drop of a hat, and yet you still have to operate, you still have to exist within the country, within the economy. So if you know that you don't want to go out of business, you have to keep on changing your mindset, changing your attitude, changing your approach to the business, even though the principles of business remain, but you have to, as an individual, change your attitude, because if you don't change, then you're going to be left behind.
On January 9, 2012, a group of friends and co-workers founded the January 9 Collective, JNIC, with the belief that every Nigerian plays a crucial part in the development and advancement of their country. They launched the JNIC annual lecture in 2013 to commemorate their first anniversary and to further share their shared ideas and patriotism. It has evolved into an event where intellectual discussion is used to examine national issues. The JNIC members believe that commitment to quality and selflessness are crucial to Nigerian leadership and government. Afolashayo Amzat reporting for KAFTAN TV News.